It sounds almost too simple to matter. A lunch with just 5 ingredients, and somehow it's supposed to help reduce inflammation, support your body, and improve how you feel day to day. Most people hear that and immediately assume something is missing, because we've been conditioned to believe that real results come from complicated systems. Long ingredient lists, strict diets, detailed plans. So when something simple shows up, it's easy to dismiss it. But here's the part most people overlook. The problem with modern eating isn't that it's too simple, it's that it's too processed. And that difference changes everything. Because inflammation doesn't come from one bad meal. It comes from patterns, repeated habits, small decisions made every day that slowly push your body in one direction or another. Which means the solution isn't one perfect diet. It's something you can repeat consistently. And that's exactly where this kind of meal becomes powerful. Because it's not trying to do everything, it's doing a few things extremely well. At the center of this meal is a combination that most people underestimate: chickpeas. They don't look impressive, they're not trendy, they're not exciting, but they're one of the most effective foods when it comes to building a stable, balanced meal. They provide fiber, which slows digestion and supports gut health. They also provide plant-based protein, which helps keep you full and supports muscle function. And when those two things are combined, something important happens. Your body processes food more slowly, which means your energy doesn't spike and crash, which means your system stays more stable. And stability is one of the key factors in reducing internal stress on the body. Now add avocado. This is where things start to shift from healthy to functional. Avocado provides healthy fats that your body actually needs. These fats don't just sit there, they actively support how your body responds to inflammation. They also help your body absorb nutrients more efficiently. So now you're not just eating nutrients, you're actually using them better. And this is where most people get it wrong. They focus on what they eat, but not how their body processes it. When you combine fiber, protein, and healthy fats in one meal, you're creating a system, not just a plate of food. And that system works with your body instead of against it. Then come the vegetables, leafy greens, fresh ingredients, simple additions. This is where antioxidants enter the picture. And antioxidants play a very specific role. They help protect your cells from damage caused by everyday stress. Not just physical stress, but internal stress created by poor diet, lack of sleep, and environmental factors. So now this simple meal is doing multiple things at once: supporting digestion, stabilizing energy, reducing internal stress, helping your body recover more efficiently. And it's doing all of this without being complicated. Which brings up a question most people never ask. If something this simple works, why isn't everyone doing it? And the answer is not what you'd expect. It's not because it doesn't work. It's because it feels too simple. People tend to associate effort with effectiveness. If something feels easy, they assume it won't make a difference. But when it comes to food, the opposite is often true. The more repeatable something is, the more powerful it becomes. Because results don't come from what you do once. They come from what you do consistently. And that's where this kind of meal stands out. It removes friction. No complicated prep, no long cooking time, no mental effort, which means you're actually more likely to eat it regularly. And that's what creates change. But there's another layer here that makes this even more interesting. Most people think inflammation is something extreme, something you feel clearly, something obvious. But in reality, most inflammation is low-grade and constant. It doesn't stop you from functioning. It just slowly affects how your body performs. You might feel slightly more tired. You might notice small dips in energy. You might feel like something is off, but not enough to pinpoint it. And over time, those small signals build. That's why meals like this matter more than they seem, because they're not fixing something dramatic. They're preventing something subtle. Another important detail is how this type of meal affects hunger. Most people don't realize that hunger isn't just about calories. It's about how your body responds to what you eat. When meals lack fiber or healthy fats, digestion happens quickly. Energy spikes, then drops, and that drop creates hunger again. But when meals are built like this, digestion slows down, energy stays stable, and you stay full longer without trying. Which leads to something powerful. You start eating based on need, not impulse. And over time, that changes everything. But here's another layer most people don't think about. This meal isn't just helping because of what's included. It's also helping because of what's missing. No added sugars, no heavily processed ingredients, no unnecessary additives. And those things matter more than people think, because many of the foods that increase inflammation aren't obvious. They're hidden in everyday meals. So when you remove them without even thinking about it, your body responds. Not dramatically overnight, but steadily over time. And this is where consistency becomes the real advantage. Because anyone can follow a strict plan for a few days, but very few people can maintain something complicated for months. Simple systems win, not because they're perfect, but because they're repeatable. And repetition is what creates results. There's also a psychological shift that happens when you simplify your meals. You remove decision fatigue. You stop overthinking what to eat. You don't spend energy trying to be perfect. And that mental clarity makes it easier to stay consistent, which is something most nutrition advice completely ignores. It's not just about what works in theory, it's about what you can actually follow in real life. And that's where this kind of meal fits perfectly. It's simple enough to repeat, flexible enough to adapt, effective enough to matter, and easy enough to stick with. Another reason this works is flexibility. Even though it's built around a few ingredients, it's not rigid. You can change flavors, adjust portions, add different vegetables, use different combinations, which prevents boredom. And boredom is one of the biggest reasons people stop eating well. Not because they don't care, but because it becomes repetitive and mentally exhausting. So when something is simple but adaptable, it becomes sustainable. And sustainability is what actually drives long-term change. So instead of asking whether this one meal is perfect, there's a better question. Can you build a pattern around something this simple? Because if you can, that's where the real value is. And that's what most people miss. They search for the perfect system, instead of building something they can actually maintain. And once that shift happens, everything changes. You stop chasing extremes, you start building consistency, and your body responds to that. Better digestion, more stable energy, less internal stress, not because of one perfect decision, but because of repeated simple ones. And that's what makes this kind of meal so powerful, not because it's revolutionary, but because it's realistic. If you want more content that breaks down simple strategies like this in a way that actually fits into real life and keeps things clear without overcomplicating it, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because the biggest improvements don't come from doing something extreme once. They come from doing something simple consistently.